Hi everybody, my name is Donna, that's Bella Diamond, and welcome to our daily Flab fighting videos. Now we do normally start off every video telling you that these tips are not suitable for children. However, today we're cooking, and yes, it's completely suitable for children. So all the way throughout FitFab, what Bella's Chair Dance is trying to do is raise £10,000 for Minds UK by getting ourselves fit. It's called FitFab. So not only are we doing 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 press-ups and 1,000 squats, 3,000 across the month, spread out daily. Daily challenges are 2 o'clock and 6:30 p.m. on all our Facebook pages. We're also starting to have a look at what we're putting into our mouth. So today, what we're going to be talking about is complex carbohydrates. Now, we've spoken about lots of different types of complex carbohydrates, and today we're going to talk about rice. Now, rice is a grain, and you know what? Yes, it is good for you, but it is a complex carbohydrate. So thinking back to complex carbohydrates, we've got rice, we've got pasta, we've got anything made of flour, that's cake, biscuit, bread, pasta and potatoes. So rice itself is a complex carbohydrate. Now when you eat complex carbohydrates, the first thing your body does is turn it into glucose, sugar. Now your body is then going to use that as energy throughout the day, throughout your workout, and it's going to be burning it off. Now, when you do not burn off all of those complex carbohydrates, which you will not, that sugar, the glucose that your body's turned it into, will be stored immediately as fat. And what we're trying to do in FitFab is we're trying to get our bodies to go directly to this cupboard right here and use up the energy sources that we've already got stored so that we're not putting any more in. So by lowering your carbohydrate in, we're talking complex carbohydrates, by lowering that intake, what you're actually going to force your body to do is come right to this cupboard here and start burning that off. And that's how we're all going to start losing weight, getting fit and getting back into our genes by the 1st of March. So we're talking about rice today. Now, I want to try and encourage you to swap from rice and try a different grain. And the grain we're going to talk about today is called quinoa. Now, quinoa, and it does it, you just have a look at how it's actually spelled. It's pronounced absolutely nothing like that. Quinoa is magic. Now, quinoa actually comes from Peru. Really? True? It's true. Same as Paddington Bear, deepest, darkest Peru. Quinoa was actually first used by the Mayans up in the Inca trails. It's very, very good. Now, quinoa itself, it is a grain. It is so cheap, guys. This bag of quinoa cost me 50p. It's cheaper than rice, okay? Now, a lot of people don't use it and cook with it because they've not got a clue what it is. So that's what I'm going to do with you today. Quinoa is a grain. Quinoa is not a complex carbohydrate. Quinoa is a 100% pure protein. Just like meat and eggs and fish, it is protein. It is not a complex carbohydrate. Now, quinoa by itself, it doesn't taste that great. Well, it doesn't actually taste of anything. It's a grain and it is so versatile. You can put it in literally everything. So the first thing that we're going to do is talk to you about how do you cook it, okay? Obviously, the instructions are on the side of the label, guys. First thing you need to remember is, before you cook your quinoa, you have to use a sieve and you've got to wash it under the tap or it will go nasty. When you're actually cooking it, if you don't add anything to it, it's not going to taste of anything at all. So there's no way that your kids can turn around and go, don't eat that tastes dirty. They won't do it because they can't taste it. Now, we're swapping, I know Moose, it's completely true. Shush Yoda. Right, so when you are cooking your quinoa, guys, what I always say to you is cook it in a stock cube. That way you're going to add some nice flavour to it. So Claire's going to come and zoom in. This is one I prepared earlier, and it is Blue Peter style. Now, I use a chicken stock cube because I'm not vegan. No. If you are preferring not to have the meat, you can do it with anything. Beef stock cubes, you can use vegetable stock cubes, fish stock cubes, it doesn't matter. Or you can cook it plain. Now, one of the best ways to eat quinoa when you're first getting started with it is to 50-50 it with your rice, yeah? Because you're not going to notice a difference in the taste. The texture of quinoa, it's lovely, it tastes really nice, but by mixing it with your rice, and you can buy again these. I'm not the world's best cook, guys, I'm really not, and I'm so lazy. But you can actually buy rice and grains ready mixed together and whack them in the microwave. So this one here, it's 50% rice and it's 50% quinoa. Now, if you've got a really large family at home, buying all of these and microwaving them, one, you're going to be using the microwave too many times, it's boring, and two, it can get a little bit expensive. So what we're suggesting that you do is when you next cook rice, also cook up some quinoa. 50-50, mix it together. It tastes exactly the same. You're not going to notice a difference in taste. Obviously, because quinoa is much, much smaller as a grain, you are going to notice the texture, but it's a nice texture. It still tastes like a grain. It feels like a grain in your mouth. 100% protein, guys. 50% rice, 50% quinoa with whatever you're eating, and you have just halved your complex carbohydrate intake, which is genius. Now, the lovely thing about quinoa as well is that you can eat it hot or you can eat it cold. You can add it to salads, you can add it in soups, you can add it in stews, you can put it in absolutely anything that you want to. Now, because it is a grain, your body is going to think that you've put rice in. You're eating the quinoa and it is going to fill you up. It's going to fill you up quickly. It's going to keep you full for a long time as well. So when you do make that up, what I suggest that you do is make a big batch of it and shove it in the fridge. Now, when you have a salad, sprinkle cold quinoa on top. It is delicious. If you're making soup and stews, now obviously if you're using a slow cooker like I do, don't cook it separate and throw it in. You can do that at the end. So if you get to the end of the week, you've got a bowl left, put the slow cooker on, make yourself a nice healthy soup or a stew, throw it in at the end, delightful. But remember, it will cook in the slow cooker as well. So when you're making your next stew, you can take out the potatoes and you can add in the quinoa. Just remember, guys, you've got to wash it first before you cook it, okay? Or it can affect the taste. It needs a good wash. Or you can eat it on its own. You can put some veggies in with it. It is, trust me, lovely. But on its own, it doesn't really have a taste. Use a stock cube or just start adding it to things that you're cooking. So the whole point is to halve your complex carbohydrate intake. Quinoa, absolutely perfect. I mean, this is foods of the gods, guys. So remember, most grains are complex carbohydrates. Rice, grain, complex carbohydrate. Quinoa is a 100% pure protein. It's not a complex carbohydrate. So give it a try at home. Start by 50-50 in it if you want to, or just go straight in there. Every supermarket sells it. It's 50p. So cheap. And it can be cooked in 20 minutes. It's so simple. Please go out and have a try. Send me your pictures, send me your videos. I want to see at home how you're getting on with it. If you've got any questions, you know how to contact us. You can get us on info@burleschair.co.uk, or you can go on any of our Facebook pages and inbox us, send us a message. Good luck, guys. Give it a try and we'll see you soon.